Good morning students. I am Dr. Tripti Gupta from Shivjyoti Education Group, Kota. Today we are going to take up chapter number 2 from Hornbill, We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Are Together by Gordon Cook and Ellen East. So let us start with this chapter. First we will look for some information about the author. So let us start with Gordon Cook, the author here. The author of this story are Gordon Cook and Ellen East. Gordon Cook is a two-time Canadian Olympic sailor. He sails for Royal Canadian Yacht Club. He is the son of Stephen Cook and Linda Cook. Cook is a graduate of engineering physics program at Queen's University. In 2009, Cook partnered up with West Vancouver sailor Hunter Loudon and the two campaigned together for the 2012 Olympic Games. So, now something more about him is, now let us move to the plot of this story. See, the story is basically, if we see, moves with the narrator here, and his family plans to set sail from Plymouth, England. This is a harbour in England, to duplicate the round the world voyage made 200 years by Captain James Cook. Traditionally, the captain of the ship must go down with it and attempt only to save the passengers. The main intention of Gordon Cook was to take up the voyage in the same manner as it was being taken up by Captain James Cook, and was trying to repeat the same attempt with the help of the same sailing boat, and that's why he went ahead learning all the skills required to sail in that same fashion in a sailboat. But here we see that traits in the narrator which make him a good captain. So this is a story of human endurance, selflessness and courage in the face of adversity. So they face lots of adverse situations, challenges over the complete journey, and how they faced those challenges is basically being dealt here in this story very nicely. As the beginning of the voyage, celebrating Christmas and New Year in the middle of the sea, a catastrophic attack of a giant wave and their fight of survival in spite of multiple injuries suffered by narrator and Suzanne, his daughter, their desperation to reach the land and the ultimate victory are portrayed in the story very graphically and efficiently. Now let us begin with the summary and we will analyze the story further. In this story, the story starts with, as we can see, we are not afraid to die if we can all be together. So here the complete family is all together and they decided to move on an adventurous trip, voyage. A voyage is a word which is being used for long journeys which are being taken on sea routes. So they decided to take a voyage. So is a first person account. First person account is the narrator himself has experienced the complete voyage was being taken up by himself, and he is narrating his own experiences in the first person. So along with his family, he sets a sail on a round of world voyage. So they were being on a world voyage, that means they will take up the journey in such a manner that they will take a complete round on the sea route. Okay. So, and they decided to take the boat named Wave Walker in July. This Wave Walker was a sailboat The family comprises of narrator aged 37, his wife Mary, a 6-year-old son Jonathan, and his daughter Suzanne aged 7. Wave Walker is a professionally built wooden boat, 23 meter long, 30 tons wooden hulled beauty, and the narrator and his wife spent months just preparing with that particular boat. They kept on sailing in the roughest weathers, in the toughest parts of the sea, so that they can prepare themselves for all kinds of adversities which they may come across while they are into taking up that voyage. So they both spent months fitting it out and testing the boat in the roughest weather. Now, after this all preparation was being done, they began sailing from Plymouth, England, accompanied by crewmen Larry Vigil and Herb Sigler, to tackle any sort of rough sea in the southern Indian Ocean. They confront the first hindrance on the 2nd of January. So till they were being sailing from the Atlantic and they kept on moving further towards the southern Indian Ocean, they faced their first difficulty, or you can say the hurdle was the weather started getting rough on 2nd of January. A gigantic wave in the shape of dark sky approached them, and the wave was so huge that it seems like it has been turned completely black sky, and they felt like a complete wall of water was coming towards them in the form of initially they felt it was a cloud, but later on they understood and they realized that it was a huge big wave which was just coming to hit them. And finally it hit the boat, and it was a huge explosion on the boat, and the boat was being smashed completely and been crushed in a devastating manner. Now the narrator feels completely helpless and has a sinking feeling. He was feeling like everything has been now devastated, and he will be, how they are going to take up. That was the first set of feeling he had when the wave hit them. Unexpectedly, water breaks over the ship, and the narrator is hit by a thick sheet of water like a cannon. Cannon here is you can say like a tank. Cannon is जिसको हम तोप कहते हैं. Okay, so cannon. His left ribs crack and his mouth is filled with blood and broken teeth. So he was being badly injured in this first hit. The deck is smashed, and the deck is the upper part of the boat, which is on which you can stand and you can look towards the sea. It's an open area on the boat. So that deck was being completely smashed, and the boat starts sinking. Larry and her pumped like madden, and with panic he struggles through his children's cabin and learns of Sue's bump over her eye, above the eyelashes. So she was being hurt. His daughter was also being hurt. The rest of the family members were comparatively okay. And this is how these were the casualties that they have met. Now, this complete situation does not disturb him much, as his chief concern is to save the Wave Walker, because unless and until the boat is being saved, whole family is in danger. So they were being struggling by covering the holes which were being there because of the complete energy with which the wave hit the boat. He needs a hand pump to drain the water, but he was unable to get that pump because it was all being messed up on the debris. Debris means the broken pieces of all sorts of those wasteful things which were being collected on the deck. So since it has got stuck in the debris, he looks for another one, and is finally successful. You see, all of a sudden it struck his mind that there was one more pump which was there in the engine room, and he recollected that, and he brought that pump, and it was been working. So finally they found the way out to pump out the water from the boat, which was basically the biggest hurdle for them because the boat was been sinking. He tries to transmit Mayday calls. See here, the Mayday calls are those calls which are being made in the times of emergency by any of the ships, so that what all ships or whosoever can come to them first, and they can rescue them in that situation. But hardly it helped the family. There was hardly anyone who was quite near to them so that they could have helped him. But so they kept moving further with their struggle. However, on the morning of 3rd January, the water level is under control. That was the first thing, first achievement of there, and a chart is consulted to trace on an island named Amsterdam. Corned beef and cracked biscuits is the only meal they take in almost 2 days, that is on 4th January. So after 2 days they managed to find time to have their first meal after the huge gigantic wave which hit the boat. So this is how they were being forced to keep on struggling for 2 more days and 2 nights continuously, and then they managed to save their boat. Now after that, though they were being a bit relaxed in between because the things were under control, but just subsequently the weather continues to deteriorate. Deteriorate means getting worse and getting more and more out of situation. So throughout the night and by dawn on January 5, the situation is grim. Grim means even worse, it was bad. In such a grim situation, Jonathan encourages his father by saying that he is not afraid to die, and these words from his son gave him a new courage. That see how hopeful his family is, how hopeful his boy is, and he is so courageous that he can really come up with this spirit that probably if something goes wrong, then too they are not afraid at all. So that courage gave him a new spirit and a new energy with which they started fighting out, struggling with the situations, what all odds were going on at that time. So Sue also brings an inspirational card for her parents. That was the effort that Sue made beyond giving any thought to the injuries which she has come across. Her eyes were being swollen, it was being black, and then too she was being enough composed emotionally that she could have been so courageous that she was hardly panicked. Making a card, inspiring her parents. So that's how the kids were being. So their spirits were very high. They were having all good fighting spirits with them. So that's how they started moving further in the situation, and he regains his lost spirit and endeavors to trace out an island. Though he has lost his compass, but Gordon Cook was quite good with his navigation skills which are required by a sailor. So he was good with that. So in spite of the compass which was not been working and it was been damaged, then too he makes a wild guess to move 185 degree. And analyzing all the aspects of the currents which were being there, wind currents and the water currents, and he analyzed, and finally he was on a conclusion that it would be somewhere around 185 degree from there, and he calculated the time that probably by 5 p.m. they would be able to reach the island. So to his great surprise, very soon Amsterdam, a volcanic rock with little vegetation is seen right before them. Next morning, 28 local inhabitants who were being the people who were resident on that particular island, they helped them ashore. Ashore means at the shore of the sea, so they were helping them. And a ray of hope again rises in his heart that probably they will be able to make out and they will survive out of that complete damage which was being done by that huge storm and the hit of that wave. So in this manner the complete family made out from that catastrophic experience which they had during that voyage. Now let us move ahead with an important aspect of the chapter, that is the character sketches of the main lead characters here. The first lead character here, as we understand, is the author himself, the narrator. Gordon Cook, the narrator of the story, was 37 years when he started off on a world voyage with his wife and 2 kids. So his adventurous spirit is commendable. He was a lover of thrill and adventure. Going on voyage was his childhood dream because he belonged to such a family where his father and mother was Stephen Cook, and so he was having a childhood dream and he was desperate about this voyage. He worked diligently for the trip with great care and attention. And he adopted a practical approach and he remained alert and strong-willed during the complete voyage. That could be seen in the various instances which happened along the chapter as the incidents move. So we can see that he was quite strong-willed. His family stood together against all odds. That was his strength, where his family was along with him. His rational thinking, ability to prioritize and recall important information during stress is also commendable, it's laudable. So he comes across as a true fighter in the instance of waterproofing the ships and repairing the boat wherever required. So he was taking up all the necessary required things and activities and the actions which were being required to be focused at that time. So he was quite good with the prioritizing and understanding the requirement of various important things which are to be done. So in this manner he showed a strong presence of mind in recalling the backup electric pump. He is optimistic in all his approach and overcomes the hurdles very bravely and successfully. He is also an expert in finding directions. That was also another skill which helped the family, and finally they were able to find the island and they were able to survive the complete catastrophic event which happened. Now, something more about his personality. Despite a faulty compass, the author did not lose hope. That was how he was so hopeful that probably he will find the right direction. He used his intelligence to estimate the influence of the westerly currents which flowed through that part of the ocean. So that means he was quite aware of all the geographic details and how the currents are going to impact the ship and how they are going to finally get right direction. So he asked Larry to steer a course of 185 degrees and remained optimistic about spotting the island at about 5 p.m. The positive outlook of children infused positivity in the narrator, that we have already discussed, that the children were so optimistic and their optimism was the energy and the spirit which kept the narrator keep on working and struggling for the survival of the complete family. So in this manner, this was the Gordon Cook. Now another important character is his wife Mary. Mary is shown as a very strong woman in the story, a mother of 2 kids, Jonathan and Suzanne. She too is a lover of adventure and exploration like her husband Gordon Cook. At the time of their voyage, giant waves hit Wave Walker. Wave Walker was the boat, as we have already taken an account of that. The boat was almost capsized. So Cook did not lose hope and tried all means to stop the water from entering the boat. Mary screamed, "We are sinking." She was brave to hold the wheel until the storm ended. So till the complete crew member, two of the crew members and Gordon Cook himself, they all were been struggling with by pouring the water out and keeping the water out from the boat. Mary was been handling the steer and she was been struggling with the navigation and directional parts. So this is how she was been playing a very important role in order to fight that very tough time which they were been facing. Now, as they were been moving, meanwhile Larry and her were pumping out the water as we were discussed. They all survived after 15 hours of struggle in the sea. They did not lose hope to get rid of this danger due to the undaunted spirit to overcome the difficult situation. The courage of their children gave them strength to fight against the waves. Mary could beat death through her strong willpower and presence of mind. So, being a very strong lady, quite determined to fight, and with a strong willpower, she was a lady who was the complete source of energy for the family. Now, then two more important characters here are the kids, Jonathan and Suzanne. So the children, Jonathan aged 6 and Suzanne aged 7, show amazing maturity and resilience in the face of disaster. Despite being young children, they remained strong and composed. Composed means they were emotionally quite strong, mentally quite balanced. They did not lose their mental balance and courage and their hope. They were very hopeful that probably their parents would make them survive and they will come out of this troublesome situation. So the moral support given by them to their parents is admirable. Despite serious injuries, both the children show courage and patience. Sue had a bump on her head and that was really went worse later on. Now, as Suzanne was brave enough to write a card and she did not reveal her agony means pain, caused due to the several injuries which she was being encountered at the time when the wave hit the boat. Later she had undergone 6 minor surgeries to remove a recurring blood clot between her skin and skull. Because of that hit, there was a blood clot on her above the eye and it took 6 surgeries to recover from that blood clot. So, this is how she survived and she was a fighter. Jonathan said that they were not afraid to die if they could all be together. That was the high spirited words he said. The fighting spirit and optimism shown by them gives amazing strength to the narrator. Their undoubted efforts helped them to survive the disaster and they kept on giving strength and hope to their parents. Now let us take up the theme of this chapter, that is how, on what particular theme this story comes up. So, as we were been discussing the chapter, we have come across that the personal courage, family bonding, a strong sense of resolution, human ability to rise the occasion and do the impossible and unthinkable are clearly the theme that emerge from this story. This is a first person account, as we have already discussed. That means the narrator himself is narrating the incident. That is the first person account of an adventurous ordeal that a family experiences. One can clearly see extreme courage, determination to withstand the odds and pain and the skill exhibited by a family of 4. So how that family came out from that struggle and the fight which they made during that adverse situation is completely been just because the family was been so courageous and determined. The 2 children, 2 are worth mentioning as they showed exemplary courage and care for their parents when they almost faced death. So this is how the chapter was been working with this theme, and we have learned from this chapter that how in the adverse situations we can finally overcome those adversities and challenges if we are united, if we are bonded well with our families. Okay, thank you students for attending the lecture. Okay students, we have one more thing to be discussed here, that is the reduced syllabus of class 11 from CBSE. In the literature part, from your Hornbill book, the first thing which has been reduced is the poem Father to Son and a chapter The Adventure, that is the prose part, and second book is Snapshot. From there are two chapters which are being deleted. These are the Ghat of the Only Word and the last one, the Tale of the Milan City. So these are the two entities which are being reduced by CBSE for this particular year. So hopefully you must be doing well at your home. Stay home and stay safe. Bye.